Hi everyone and welcome back to another Worknote game video. Today's video is dedicated to a should you pull for Dominant King Reginald, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. Go into collections right here and then go into employee and scroll all the way down. He's going to be the last character or one of the last characters added. Now when it comes to him, his abilities are okay for a defender. He has some damage, reduction abilities right here, and he can also restore some HP upon max skill of his passive. And then special skill Geyser Strike. This is essentially just a CC with a little bit of attack reduction. And when it comes to ultimate skill Big Bang combination, it's okay. It allows him to increase his own defense, and yeah, but honestly that's why you use it. You get a 25% buff to your defense for 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and just show off his actual abilities and how they look like. Let's drop him on the field. He has a pretty decent animation kit, I would have to say. And he looks pretty cool. I don't think you can go wrong. I guess when he slammed his fist on the ground, that was going to be his special skill. Let's go ahead and do that Big Bang combination. And he pretty much just shoots his fist into the air just like that. Absolutely amazing. I feel like he's a straightforward unit. If you like his design and you feel like you want a defender like him, then that's why you pull. But honestly, when it comes to his abilities and everything like that, to me he's sort of lackluster. He doesn't have any true forms of CC. He doesn't have a stun. He doesn't have a taunt. As far as I can tell, it's just damage reduction. He only increases his own defense, which is selfish in some ways. But honestly, I can compare him to someone like Irie Alford, alright? And the reason why I can compare him to Irie Alford just going to be because she can reduce the damage that she takes for, striker units, so she helps some other units. She has some CC that she can pretty much provide with her special skill and her ultimate skill, and then she can also reduce her damage taken on her ultimate skill. Granted, she doesn't have the damage reduction with attack and stuff. She can reduce attack with her special skill. She can't increase her own defense, but it's weird that I can compare an R-rated character or a rare unit to an SSR character like Dominant King Reginald, alright? It's just a little weird. Ryan Farrier is much better because he can make himself immune to hit stun, so he can't be stunned. But this dude, he's gonna be, still getting hits from hit stun. He's going to have a little bit of AoE damage and everything, but he's comparable to a better rare unit. I just wish he was a little bit better. If you're pulling for him, it's mostly because of his Bondo reasons. Let's go ahead and look at his actual banner. Let's go into recruit right here. And you can see this is going to be his banner. He's going to be right up with Nanahara Chifuyu, which is an amazing striker. But honestly, I don't recommend pulling on this banner. I actually like this as a break period, because this allows you to save tickets and quartz and whatever you need in order to pull for the next banner. All right, now the next character that we have to talk about is Maria Antonov. I think she is going to be absolutely amazing for the current meta, mostly because she is going to be a backline sitting unit, and she has the ability to increase everyone's HP and attack and even crit damage later on. Pretty much as soon as she gets dropped on the field, she does an air raid order, so she's going to deal a massive AoE damage. And then she can do modern warfare later on, where she summons a Lincoln and a Thunderbolt and all sorts of stuff. Eventually it'll turn into a Hound and a Buzzard, so I feel like she can actually work for mech based teams. I think she's just going to be a fun unit to have, and you can place her in the back. And what I want to showcase is that she does not move, so she pretty much did her AoE damage right there. Now she's just going to sit here in the back and do her thing. So long as she can see an enemy, then she'll deal damage. But then let's go ahead and do that. That's going to be the airstrike again, and let's go ahead and cast her Union Burst or her ultimate skill right here. And there we go. She launches a bunch of units right here. I'm not sure if they act as actual mech units. Let's see how long they stay on the field. I think the little blue bars dictate how long they're going to actually stay on the field. But honestly, this is a long period of time for them to just sort of sit here, and it'll give you a lot of time to pretty much just play the game. And note that this isn't the Hound and this isn't the Buzzard, so technically this skill can only get even better. I honestly like this, and I feel like she's just going to be a lot of fun to use in our current meta, all things considered. So are these guys gonna sort of burn out? But again, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be relatively squishy. I'm just sort of curious if they're gonna actually disappear. But so far, let's see if we can cast this skill again. It looks like I can't cast it again, so you can't just spam it a lot. Overall, I think she's just gonna be a fun unit to have, as we are getting not that many units, and not to mention you can get her for free. If you jump into operation right here and then you scroll down to side story and then Delta 7, this this is how you can get a free copy of Maria Antonov. Note that she can be dropped right here. It says obtainable. And if you actually jump back and go into Jake Walker's section, you can actually get a copy of her. I was just running this on auto just for the willy-nilly of it, and it was pretty easy, straightforward for me. Quartz and all this stuff just from like this update alone. I hope we get more updates like this so that we don't have to pull heavily and all that stuff. And then here's going to be another review by Antiller as far as like King Domino's like overall rating. He gave him a 4 out of 10 for future proof, 6 out of 10 for see potential, and pretty much talked about his skills. Not really worth it if you have, you know, Awakened Hilde or Yumi, which pretty much makes sense because Yumi Lee has like the evasion, she has damage reduction. I'm not sure if she has any taunts or anything, but she's essentially invincible when she is like an evade tank form for Yumi when she first gets casted. And it comes to Maria Antonov, she's going to be a 5 out of 10 for future proofness and possibly a 9 out of 10 for the current C meta, just because she can stay in the backline, provide buffs, and pretty much have that crazy U ultimate that will cast a bunch of characters onto the field. I don't think you can go wrong, you know, just getting a free copy of her. Just save your pulls when it comes to King Reginald. It's up to you. And of course, credits go to Antiller. Let's go ahead and jump into some PvP as we always do and just talk about like my overall thoughts when it comes to like this new banner and stuff. I think moving in the direction where we don't have to pull every single banner is very welcome. I honestly enjoy it. I don't want to pull for every single banner that so happens to appear. So King Dominic Reginald appearing for this specific banner, allowing me to save, I welcome it. If we're gonna go off course and we're not gonna follow like TW accelerated banner, that's good. So long as we keep getting banners where I don't have to pull for anything. If they drop the soldier banner right now, I'm gonna be sweating. I'm not even gonna lie, because I would probably have to, you know, spend some money in order to pity it. But honestly, the reason why I was gonna pull on the soldier banner was because there was SR units that I felt like that I could have gotten. So the more like banners that we can get like Dominic King Reginald, the better in my opinion. So we got the win right there. I'm just doing some strategy battle. I'm like super rusty when it comes to actual like ranked battle. I haven't been performing like usual. Let's go ahead and just try one for the sake of it. But for those who are pulling for Dominic King Reginald, you know, I believe you're pulling for his Bondo, you're pulling for collector purposes. You just want, you know, a cool character added to your roster. You don't want to use someone like Yumi Lee, and I totally understand. He's gonna be decent for our current banners, you know, our current meta, but in the future, once we get better defenders, you know, appearing like Na Yu Bin, then things will sort of disappear, and we also get like the other like tank in the game. It's just that we are not in a situation that will allow King Reginald to be very, very useful in like the current state of the game. I know in the future though, we'll have opportunities to essentially use King Dominic Reginald, mostly because of the fact that his abilities are decent when he is a rated up character for Gauntlet specifically. What I mean by that is that he will be fun to use when he has like his cost and everything reduced. That's where he's going to be shining. I don't think he's going to be a character though that you're going to be using very frequently, all right? But when it comes to him, I think he's just going to be a fun character to have and a fun character to use when he is rated up, because his skills are pretty cool and I just like his overall design. There's not very many like his Bondos like in the game that are like well designed right now. I'm sure they'll add them later, but being able to use a defender who can actually, you know, do some damage reduction. Honestly, I wish they made like King Dominic Reginald like more of a DPS oriented character. Comes the replacer king, right? I'm not sure what like role the defender king or replacer king is going to be, but that is essentially what Dominic King Reginald turns into. Honestly, can't go wrong. Not to mention we got some quartz out of today's update. Not to mention we got some new stuff in the form of the celebration launch event. So not a bad update, and I kind of welcome like these slow periods just so we can save stuff at the end of the day. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 25,000 subs, we'll be doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.